Brian here with Survival Cache, bringing you a quick review of the Tact Bivvy by Frog & Company. This is an emergency blanket, emergency sleeping bag that's very similar to like what an emergency blanket is, except that it is a bivvy, meaning that it has sealed seams with one opening, so you can crawl into it like a sleeping bag. So before I get into the actual bivvy, I'll go on the outside real quick here. What comes along with this Tact Bivvy are a couple of things here on the outside that are kind of interesting. One, it has an emergency whistle. It's 120 decibels. Works pretty decently. It also comes with a very light-duty small carabiner. Obviously not intended for climbing, but helps with attaching this to the outside of a pack or maybe on your belt loop if you want. And then the last thing is that if you look at this drawstring, it's actually hiding a little surprise inside. So I'll go ahead and cut this open and show you. Inside is a little piece, red piece of cord that is called fire cord. And once you get it exposed, sorry, don't have the fingernails for this, I guess. There we go. Once you get it exposed, you see there's a single piece of cord inside, and it's red. And what you do is you can use this kind of like fire tinder. Once you light it, it works just like a candle wick. And it holds a flame pretty well. So that's pretty neat. So that is on the whole interior of this drawstring is that red cordage, that red fire tinder that you can use for that. So that's pretty helpful. But let's go ahead and get into the bivvy a little bit. So the bivvy comes in at 4.7 ounces. It measures in at 84 inches by 36 inches, which is pretty big size. I had a heck of a time. This is not how it comes when you get it. I had to get this back in here, which was a little bit of a pain for me. But they have some good videos to show you how to do that. So, get the bivvy out. It's orange on the outside, nice bright orange, and it's silver, this reflective material. I guess they call it heat echo technology. So the idea is that when it's rainy, snowy, windy, cold, you get one of these out. If you don't have shelter, you get yourself stuck in an emergency situation, and you crawl in one of these to help retain your body heat, is what it does. They are windproof and waterproof, though, as I noted in the article, if you read it, the material is waterproof, but it has this one opening on the end. The rest of the bag is sealed. When you unroll it, it is sealed with this black tape on the seam. So it is just like a big trash bag almost, is what it kind of resembles, that you crawl into. So once you do, you should wrap this up over your head, the ends, kind of like you crawl in feet first, and then you're going to want to wrap this around your head, kind of like a hood, and tuck this under all the remaining material under your chin to kind of seal off the bag, so that helps prevent any water from running down your head into the actual bag. It will hold condensation a little bit, so it may get slightly damp on the inside, but from the testing I did, this material is waterproof. I sat out in the rain and I let water sit on top of it, and I felt the inside, and it was dry as a bone. The last thing I wanted to note is that this new material that they're using for these bivvies, it's quite a bit tougher than the old emergency blankets that I was used to. Those ones would tear like tissue paper. I'm going to go ahead, and here's an end of it. Let's try to see if I can show you. Pushing my finger through, kind of. It's got some stretch to it. You can see I'm starting to break through that inner silver material a little bit. It's getting a little clear, but it's got some stretch. Okay, so there you go. I broke through it. But since it's got that stretch and it's not ripping like that old, kind of like, I guess, the Mylar blankets, you can repair that if you had some duct tape. So always carry duct tape with you. I'll go ahead and cut this just a little bit more. It doesn't, if I did that on the old style of these emergency blankets and bivvies, they would just rip like I said, like tissue paper. So it does rip a little bit, but you can see it's got some stretch to it. So you got a little bit more durability with these newer bags, which I like. So like I said, if you carry these bivvies, it's also a good idea to take duct tape with you, because if you know, you're going to have boots on and maybe outdoor clothing. Get a small stick that pokes it, but you slab a piece of duct tape over that, it should hold it fairly decently as a repair. So after testing this out, I really liked this emergency bivvy. I think it's a good piece that should be in anybody's pack or survival kits. They can be used to help make shelter and also as maybe like a fire reflector as well. Come in handy as a signaling device. So they're very affordable. Again, this one is the Tact Bivvy by Frog & Company, and again, it comes with the emergency whistle as well as the fire tinder cord on the inside, which is pretty neat. So have a great day.